What is up, you guys? Thank you for tuning in to today's video. On my last video, when I wrapped my interior, somebody commented asking me to show them how to take the headliner off and how to take the interior pieces off and stuff like that. And I think it got like 10 likes, and I know that's not much, but that's a lot from my channel. So I'm gonna make this video to show you guys exactly how to take off the interior pieces and all that stuff. Now, I'm not gonna actually be taking mine all the way off. Well, I'll take the trim pieces off. It's like pretty simple, so I'll just show you guys how I got it done. So first things first, is if you want to take off this piece right here, the issue with this right here is that the 2001 models of this car, they didn't have any airbags here. So some of you guys that have the models after 2001, you guys might have some airbags, and I don't know exactly if it's going to be different from this, but yeah, I don't have any kind of airbags inside here. So all you have to do is just first things first though, you got to take this little lining out like that. It just makes it easier to take this out, and then you just pop out this piece right here like that, and then that's it. After you pop it out, you guys might have more clips, and yours might be a little bit newer and in better condition than mine, so yours might be a little bit tougher. But yeah, this is how the inside of it looks like. That's how the inside looks like. So these pieces just pop into these little grooves right here. That's where those pieces go into. And there's another one up here. So yeah, all you got to do is just pull it out. But since your cars are probably in better condition than mine, you're gonna have to maybe pull a little bit harder. And like I said, if you have an airbag, I don't know exactly how that works, but that's all you got to do for mine. And of course, it's gonna be the same thing for this side. Just take out the lining and then just pop those out. Okay, so next would be the panel where the seat belts are. Now when it comes to this, what you got to do is you got to actually unbolt the seatbelt. So you got to pop this thing off. Like, this actually does come off. So you got to find a way, pop it off. Comes off like that. And then it's a 14mm bolt right here. So you're going to unbolt this 14mm bolt, and then this whole thing is going to come off. And then after that, you're going to take this right here. This also, it'll be best to undo this lining. And you don't gotta really be scared about taking this lining off, because it pops right back in and it still has the same strength every single time I take it out. So I sort of struggle when I do it with one hand, but yeah. So you just gotta pull that back, and then you just gotta pull this off like this. So as you can see, this is just held by clips. That's it. I don't have clips on mine right now because they just fell down there. I don't know if you can see that one that's right there, but yeah, they all fell, but I'll grab them after the video. But yeah, so there's gonna be one clip here, and then one down, and then one down there. And you might have to move the seat a little bit just so you can take this out. But oh, came out easy. Yeah. So that's where the clips go, right here and right there. And oh, and there's two down here also. I'll put this back later. So after you got that piece off, this panel right here is only held by a couple clips. I think there's one up here, and then I think there's another one down there. And then you just pop that off, and then that's it. And it's the same thing for the back pieces too. When it comes to the IS300, like when it comes to the little, you know, panels right here, it's just all clips. That's basically all it is. You just gotta pull the clips off, and then you're just set. So all of them are just held by clips. Like I could pry this one off right now. This one also, you're gonna have to take the trim off. Basically, to take apart the interior, you're gonna have to take the trim out for everything. So you just gotta take everything out, and I can pop this out right now. See that? Just clips. That's all it is, just clips. So it's not that hard. Now where it gets a little bit tricky is the headliner. Okay, so for the headliner, the first thing I start with is this right here. If you don't take the visor off, you can't take the headliner off. So what you're gonna do is there's two screws right there. I think I'll actually take these off just to show you guys. So there's two screws right here. You can take them off with the Phillips head screwdriver. Take them out like that. Pretty easy. I just realized that this is a magnetic screwdriver. It's pretty nice. Like that. This, you're just gonna pop this off of here, and then you're just gonna yank this. So this is hooked up to a sensor, so you literally gotta pull it out. It's gonna be a little tough to get it out sometimes. Yeah, so all this was stuffed up there. So basically all you gotta do is you just gotta unhook the sensor like that, and it's off. That's all there is to it. And then after that, this piece right here where the visor hooks onto, I guess it holds the visor, this actually comes out too. There's a screw that you got to get out that's right there, that's right in there, And then after you get that screw out, it's just held on by a clip, and then you just yank it out. This top part is gonna be loose after you remove this clip. And it's gonna be the same thing on the other side. After you're done getting both of the visors out, next would be the mirror. So for the mirror, you're gonna probably need a flathead screwdriver to take this out, but you gotta take this top piece out like that. Here it is. It's just a few clips. Now, like I said, all of this, it's how it is on the 2001 IS. So it might be different for the people that have the newer models, but yeah, that's all there is to it. And after you do that, you're exposing 2 screws, Phillips head again. I'll go ahead and take these out too to show you guys, because it's not that hard. So take this out like that. This thing might fall, so I'm doing it with one hand, so let me hold it. And that's it. So the mirror's out, and that's what it looks like in there. As you can see, we had to cut out holes, but you don't want to cut it out exactly, just like put a rip through it so you could actually screw in everything that you got to screw. But that's all it is, and that's how you take off the mirror. Alright, so I just screwed this back in, but after you get the mirror off, next is going to be this light right up here. Gonna pop it out with a screwdriver the same way you did with the face of the mirror. Don't be scared if this comes out with it, because that's just how it is. So, come on. Seems like it don't want to come out. There you go. There you go. Now, to remove this, do not touch the ones by the sunroof functions, just this one right here, and then that one right up there. All right, so this is gonna come loose after you take out those 2 screws, but this piece itself, it's hooked up to a sensor. I don't know if you can, but me and Nick, or me and Zane, we weren't able to take the sensor apart. But the good thing is you don't have to take it apart. All you got to do is just let it hang there and just turn this in a vertical position, and then when you're taking the headliner off, just have it go through the hole. That's it. So you don't have to worry about unhooking the sensor, because it's really hard to do. I don't know why, but yeah, just let it hang there and just fit it through the hole when you're taking the headliner out. And now for this piece where the middle light goes, I think I left mine at Nick's house, because I never really got it back. So I think mine is at Nick's house, so I don't have this. But all this is 2 screws. Of course, the same way you did this front one, you got to pop the plastic cover off and then just take the screws out, and that's it. 1 screw right there also, and then another 2 right here, and that's all there is to taking this top piece out. And I think there's a sensor that you have to unhook also. And here's the sensor for it. So you're gonna unplug this sensor, and then so you're gonna undo the 3 screws, 1, 2, and 3, and then you're gonna unhook the sensor, and then that's it. All right, and then after you get both of these light pieces out, then it's gonna be time for the, I guess you call them the handles that are on the headliner, I guess. But what you gotta do is you gotta pop these plastic things out, these 2 right here. So what you gotta do is you gotta squeeze, and then you're gonna just pull and come out like that. And it's the same thing for the other side. Squeeze, yank them out. Just like that. Now these are pretty flexible, so you don't have to really worry about breaking them. Like, they flex a lot, so you should be good. And under there, you're gonna have these 2 bolts right here, 1 here, and then 1 on the other side. And these are just a 10mm, or you could use a Phillips head screwdriver. Me, I use a Phillips head screwdriver, and yeah, that seemed to work fine for me, so you can use that too. And you're gonna take off this one. There's also gonna be 1 back there. I didn't put mine in there yet. And then there's gonna be 1 on the other side also. But of course, there's none that goes on here, so you don't have to worry about that. Okay, so then after you get the handles out, all that's left to do is to pull the sunroof back and get this trim out right here. So all this is this lining, and it holds the headliner to this panel, to this metal plate right here, this black metal plate right here on the ceiling. So that's all it does. So you just pry this whole thing apart like this, take it all out, and after you take the whole trim out, after that, all you gotta do is just basically take off the headliner. When it comes to taking off the headliner, you will not be able to get the headliner out until you get all these pieces out. So you have to get all the panels out, all of these, that one, you have to get every single one out, and then it's going to be easy to take off this headliner after you unscrew everything. Back here, the headliner is actually held by Velcro, so you can just pull all that out, and yeah, the headliner should be out after that. But like I said, this is for a 2001 IS300, so I don't know if the 2002, 3, 4, and 5 are going to be a little bit different, except for the front panels. I know they have the airbags in there, so I don't know if anything else is going to be different, but you know, that's what it takes to take out a 2001 IS300 headliner. I had a few people also ask me what kind of glue that I use to put the fabric on the panels, and this is it right here. It's the Gorilla Spray Adhesive, heavy duty. As it says right here, it's good for fabric, paper, wood, plastic, cardboard, foam, metal, and more. So yeah, this thing works great, worked perfectly fine for me. The lady that was at Walmart said that this is the strongest stuff that they have, so I took her word for it, and yeah, it worked pretty good. Everything sticked really well, and yep, I actually used 2 cans of this. And when it came to the fabric itself, we used about 5 yards, and yeah, basically 5 yards got us all this wrapped, and then we even had extra left over. So yeah, I think 5 yards is enough. And when you're cutting out the fabric, you have to really make sure that you portion it out to the panels, because you don't want to cut out too much access and then you don't have any left for everything else. So I'll say the first thing to do would be to cut out the fabric for the headliner first, or to get the headliner on first and then do the other panels. All right, so guys, one more tip about the headliner. The only easy way to get it out is if you fold all the seats down flat, and then when you pull it out, you're gonna have to actually fold it. So you're gonna put it down, then fold the back, and then bring it to the front, and then just pull it out this way with it folded. But don't, like, you know, fold it flat though. You know, you don't want to fold it flat, because then that's gonna be like a huge, you know, crease. So don't fold it flat, just fold it just enough where you can, you know, fold it in half and then just pull it out. And there is Velcro that's holding the headliner up here. So the tricky part of when you got to put the headliner back is getting the Velcro to actually attach itself. So that's one tricky part, but I got it eventually. It didn't take me too long. Probably took me about, I would say, 5 minutes to actually get it to attach. But yeah, that's the only tricky part about putting everything back together. All right, so that's gonna be it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed this short video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys for the next one. I'm out.
But it was coming slow, dreams they seem far. Here you won't make it from niggas who fell off. Goals they kept calling, so I had to pick up. If I wanna get paid, I gotta work hard, shine bright, day or night. HD, vision right, homie, we ain't dropping no names. Straight bombs plus flame, that's the HD experience. Thinking there's a better vision, it's funny, Eddie Murphy delirious.